told Lockwood, 1, what made you to know that Heathcliff is a wicked man, based on what Heathcliff said about himself when he says, I'm going to deal with you. You people punished me when your father was alive. Now, I want to do my own. The character will let you know about himself. Then, the author himself can also let you know about a character. There's a fourth one. There's number 4, which we should just add. Number 4. Number 4, very important, and I will prove it. What the narrator says about a character. You know why I'm doing it like this? Because it is not in all the stories that we have a narrator that is participating. You understand? Now, look at people that say something in a story. Number 1, the author will say something. The author has written. You understand? The author has written. There are some stories that the author is the narrator. Are you following me? For instance, an autobiography, whereby an author writes about himself. You know that it is this author that has written about himself. For instance, Zambia Shall Be Free. All of us know that it's Kenneth Kaunda that wrote the book. For instance, My Command. The world knows that it's Basanjo that wrote the book. So Basanjo will tell you, on a certain year, I traveled to Congo when Nigeria sent the Nigerian troop to the Congo to fight. I was with Muhammadu Buhari. Everything is inside the story. He said it by himself. So the author can tell you about a character. 1. Now, but this particular book now, this Wuthering Heights, the author is not in the story. So it is a narrator now that is telling us about characters. Are you following me now? Now, this narrator is a participant narrator. All the narrators that are spoken here, they are participating. Lockwood, at a point, Lockwood tells the story. It's a participant narrator. It shifts to Nelly Dean. Nelly Dean tells the story. She's a participant narrator. It moves to Catherine, which we use a diary to tell the story. She's a participant narrator. It moved to Zilla, one of the maids in Wuthering Heights. She's a participant narrator. You see it? So, a narrator, that type of narrator now, we can see that type as a character in the story. Or I don't get the point. But if you look at this one, this book, the narrator is outside the story. It's not the author that is telling the story. The author employed a narrator. It is not Buchi Emecheta that is talking here. There is an invisible author outside. We call them omniscient narrator, who is not a character in the story, but is telling us something about all the characters. So if we check now, we have 2 types of narrator. 1, they act. And those ones that act, I don't see them as a narrator this time. I see them as characters in the story. You understand? So the author can tell you in autobiography, the narrator can tell you a non-participant, the actors can tell you about other actors, and the actor can tell you about himself. Who again can tell you? Who again can make you know about a character? If they ask you now to assess a character, if they say, okay, can you write 20 lines about Lockwood? Some of you can write based on this story I've told you. You cannot write. They tell now, write a brief, give a brief account of what do you know about Lockwood? What do you know about Catherine? What do you know about Heathcliff? You know, if they say, what do you know about Heathcliff? You can write a little. How do you know? You say based on what the teacher told you about the character. You won't mention the teacher picked it from somewhere. So that one is out of it first. So apart from these 4, how can you know about a character? It's still the same thing. Yes, let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. This is a drama. This is a play first. It's this one that I will put on the stage. Do you understand? Now, as the audience don't have the right to talk about the character, except based on what they see. You cannot just watching a movie. This character is wicked. You've seen that it's wicked, but you need to stick and watch the play. Watch it to the end. You know whether it's wicked or you don't know. The audience and the reader, they don't have. That's why I said that this thing you are seeing is a world on its own. You cannot interfere because they think that everything is the way it's supposed to be. You cannot change anything. It is their own world. You can never come into this place. It's not possible. You cannot go into Ada's world now and say, I don't want Ada to suffer again. Not possible. She will still remain as a person suffering. She will keep suffering. So long as she's inside this world, except she will come outside. And who can bring her out? Only the author. The author is the God in this book. How will she bring her out? Let her just announce to the world. Let her republish. It is let her reprint the book and change the name from Ada to Jane. And let it go round again. But no matter how it goes round, science is still the old cut. So she still cannot leave this world. She's trapped in there. She will remain there for life. Nobody can change it. You, if they come out tomorrow to act this play on stage, you cannot change anything. Can the audience change their life? It's not possible. You all need to watch, and afterwards you go home. They are living their life. Yours is just album or just talk, just pass judgment. Your judgment will not even change it because their life already. You can't change it. The only thing I said is if he had done, he would have, you know. So apart from those four, I don't think there is any other way you can know about the character. Is there any other way? No way. The costume is them. The characters don't put on costume. Point of correction. It is the actor that comes to act, to like impersonate those characters. The actor is costume to make himself that person that he wants to assume. The costume already defines that character. It is not clothes. The characters do not use costume. They do not use costume. It is their own clothes. It is an actor that needs costume to transform him to become the person he wants to impersonate. It is very clear. So they can ask you how to assess a character. There are 4 ways to assess a character. I've just given you one. One based on what the author says. Based on what the author says. And if you are doing based on what the author says, especially in autobiographies. Do you understand? Because it is only in autobiography or memoir that the author will have power to talk. The author will say, when I was 15, I went to the camp with my father. That's true. The author is talking. They did not employ any narrator to do it for him. Do you understand? So based on what the author says about a character, based on what the narrator says about a character, based on what other character says about a character, and based on what the character says about himself. Nothing again. No other person can. Yes. Should I explain that? I'm asking now, do you understand that one? What's the other definition? Let's see if they look alike. I said characterization is the building of character. Is that what I said? It's the building of character in this. Now, what is building? This man is here as a porter, as a gate man. What is characterization? Describe, that is, explain a character. Then, what gives birth to characterization? That is, this character must be built. As he's built, characterization is coming up. As they are building him up, the gods may build him up. Powers may build him up. I don't know if you understand. The author may decide to build him up. The author can just get angry and say 15 years later he got married. Oh, you don't understand. We don't know how it happened though. We just see 25 years later. The author has power. He's the God that will just build him up. You see, then as this person is being built up, characterization is coming up. Characterization means explanation of character. They didn't leave the person like that. Though there are some that they live like that. Like static characters. Those flat characters. They don't grow. You understand? They are just there. But the round characters must grow. You understand? In the process of being built up, characterization is forming for you, the audience. Because it is you that will do characterization. The readers. You are the ones to describe them. You understand? Because this one, Mr. A knows one thing about this man. Another character knows one thing. But you want to bring everything they know together into one book. Philip is a man of many parts. Philip has 15 houses. Philip went to so and so. Philip went. This man told somebody that Philip has 15 houses. This one told another person that Philip went to so. But it is you that will bring everything they've said together and talk about Philip. You see that? So building a character is done by the author, by the, what do you call it, other characters, by the narrator, by those four groups. Then it is your own duty to use those things they've used to build up the character, to characterize. Characterize means talk about this character, explain, describe. You hear me? Any question? What's your point of view? Now, when you talk about point of view in literature, it is a narrative term. The point of really too common. If you want to see second person well, go to the Bible. The Bible uses second person so much because the first person involves the speaker in the statement. The speaker must be in the statement. That is when we do autobiography. That's when we see books like Wuthering Heights, whereby the narrator is a character in this. So if that is what you want to choose, then you are using the first person narrative point of view. That means you say somewhere like this, I was around when Heathcliff came back. The narrator is a character in the story. First person narrative point of view. You see, first person narrative point of view. Then the third person narrative point of view. Third person. This third person narrative point of view, you will see that we have the speaker, the person is talking to, and the person is talking about. Third person narrative point of view. That's when you hear, when Ada was born, the family was expecting a male child. The narrator is talking to you about the people in the story. You see, that is third person narrative. Second person is not too common. That's when you see, you are the light of the world. Do you understand? A city set on hill. You see God telling you directly. Only two people, that is second person. That's when we use anything you. If you see you, yours, yourself, you will discover that it is only two people that can be story. If somebody tells you, you are my friend, there's no third party there. They say your book is on the table. There's no third party, only two persons. So, from same point of view, so point of view is the perspective from where a story is told. Now, my plan is to make sure you guys go home with money, but you don't want to collect it. Are you ready? You are not ready. And you give me 500. Huh? What is she saying? You are not serious. Well, are you the one teaching me? You are not even the one going through the stress. Mm-hmm. Go through your work. You know, this particular section, the definitions are long, but I'll be considerate.